Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, do me a favor, email tmosso at thewatchbox.com. It's the direct purchase inquiry line from you to me and my crew for all your purchase inquiries about this or any watch you see on Watchbox Reviews. tmosso at thewatchbox.com for this Panerai Radiomir PAM00439. Now, this is the Panerai Radiomir Oro Rosso PAM00439, a timepiece that has an extraordinary pulchritude and wearable size. It's the closest thing Panerai had to a dress watch prior to the somewhat compromised Douai. We'll talk about those in a moment, but this watch wears easily on a small wrist. If you feel the Panerai watches are too big, try the PAM00439. The Oro Rosso is graceful. A wonderful 42 millimeters and only 11.8 millimeters thick with a stepped and sloped case flank, it easily slides underneath any dress cuff. From lug to lug it measures 50 millimeters, but don't think of it as 50 millimeters because you can see how minimalist the lugs are. They exist exclusively to drape the strap over your wrist, not to physically extend the case. Now, the spacing is 24 millimeters, so if you wanted to replace that strap, you would use a standard 24 millimeter strap. The watch has a surprisingly convenient strap swapping methodology. There are screws on the underside of the case. You thread them out, and the bars retaining the strap actually pop straight out, so it's as easy as changing the strap in a screw bar lug Panerai Luminor. Now, this is an upscale Panerai strap. As you can see, they're not shorting you the material with the sheer side, showing the layers of construction. There's a contrasting stitch and a dark brown alligator leather large rectangular scale semi-gloss material that nicely complements the red gold of the case. So it has a little bit of a red undertone to its dark brown coloration, big alligator leather scales, and a small wire style pin buckle. This is a graceful dress style Panerai buckle. It's not the enormous trapezoid or the loveless loop that you'll find on some watches. This has elegance to match the wire lug profile of the Radiomir itself. Look at the pin inside the buckle. It's a work of art. Jumping back to the case. All of high polish. This watch made 2012 and 2013, not a terribly common reference, and graceful in uncommon ways. As you can see, it's all of high polish, and as a dress watch, it actually wears the high polish well. It's apropos. A screw-down crown, vintage style, inspired by the original Rolex Oyster case, Panerai 3646. The watch historically known as the Panerai 3646, issued to the Italian Navy in the 30s and the 40s, was the likeness inspiration for the watch we today call the Panerai Radiomir. You have a screw-down crown here and 100-meter water resistance, and that's why I called the Luminor Douai a compromised Panerai, because it only has 30-meter water resistance. So it's a Panerai dress watch, but it's not a Panerai sports watch. This is a Panerai dress watch, but it's also a Panerai sports watch. You have a black matte dial with a little bit of a brown coloration. Consider it somewhere between brown and black. Let's call it tobacco. And then it's a sandwich structure with rose gold hands, and the sandwich means there's a stencil featuring the numerals as well as the indices on a solid disc of simulated patina Ecru Super Luminova. And you can see that will shine through when we do the lume shot. The Ecru Luminova nicely matches the tone of the red gold, and it is red gold 5N, not rose 3N, not rose 4N, not pink 3N. And you can see when you turn the watch over, it's also a manufacture movement. 3, 4, 5N rose gold surrounding a caliber 999. This debuted back in 2019, or 2009 I should say, as a caliber, and you can see 19 jewel manual wind, 21,600 vibrations per hour with a 60-hour power reserve. It's a good looking movement. Satin finish across the bridges. You can see there is a chamfered polish on the edge of the bridges. That's done by machine, but it's handsomely and neatly executed. You can see that the screw heads are polished, the swan's neck micro adjustment mechanism likewise polished, and satination on all of the wheels. A good looking movement and a thin movement, allowing this watch to be only 11.8 millimeters thick. This is an all-around Panerai timepiece. If you need something a bit more compact, a bit more discreet, a bit more graceful, but just as tough and still intimately tied to the history of the Panerai brand and the original 3646 combat watches, well, the PAM00439 is all of that. You could see this Radiomir Oro Rosso and make it yours on the Watchbox. Email tmosso at thewatchbox.com for full details. The Panerai Radiomir Oro Rosso PAM00439 by night.